ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणं रघुनाथामृतं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Today only 9 participants are there. Some function is there or?
No, Prabhu, they'll join, Prabhu.
Achha. Okay. According to IST, KST. So now, even in the Kanayadesh, they don't come on time. I thought it happens only in India. So Indians, wherever they are there, they follow IST. Indian Standard Time. Recently, I was hearing a lecture of Gaurang Prasad telling all over the world Indians are there. Any country you go, except 2 countries. You know which countries are they? No? Yes. Huh? No?
Don't know, Prabhu.
2 countries. That's what he was telling, Gaurang. One is in Pakistan and one is North Korea. Which Indians have not gone and settled there. Otherwise, all other places Indians are there.
Which ones, Prabhuji?
North Korea and Pakistan.
North Korea, Pakistan. There are Indians.
But Indians who have gone there and settled like that, or
No, maybe.
no, they settled. They are born there as Hindus and they might be there, but not that Indians have gone there and settled.
Okay.
And North Korea. So one devotee who had gone to Fiji, some islands around Fiji, and he is in merchant navy. There are so small islands, and he found in those islands also there are Indians staying there. Indians are
Especially Keralites. More specifically, Keralites will be there.
They don't like India so much, I think. Anyway, so today we are going to see Balram visits Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is in India. So what happened when Balram visits Vrindavan? So when did he go? Vrindavan? That time, where was Krishna? Krishna Balram, they were in Dwarka. Yeah, and then Balram, thinking of the Vrajavasis, how much they are suffering, he plans to go to Vrindavan. So we'll read the summary. Yeah. Who would like to read? See? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna. This chapter relates how Lord Balrama went to Gokula, enjoyed the company of cowherd girls, and dragged the Yamuna river. One day, Lord Balrama went to Gokula to see his relatives and friends. When he arrived there, the elder gopis and Lord Krishna's parents, Nanda and Yashoda, who had been in great anxiety for a long time, embraced him and blessed him. Lord Balrama offered appropriate respects and greetings to each of the worshipable elders according to age, friendship, and family relation. After Gokula's residence, after Gokula's residence, and Lord Balrama had inquired about each other's welfare, the Lord rested from his journey. In a short while, the young gopis came to Lord Balrama and questioned him about Krishna's well-being. They asked, does Krishna still remember his parents and friends, and will he be coming to Gokula to visit them? For Krishna's sake, we gave up everything, even our fathers, mothers, and other relatives. But now he has abandoned us. How could we help but put our faith in Krishna's words after seeing his sweetly smiling face and thus being overwhelmed by the urge of Cupid? Still, if Krishna can spend his days in separation from us, why can't we tolerate separation from him? So there is no reason to keep talking about him. In this matter, the gopis remembered Sri Krishna's
Whatever.
sorry, Prabhuji, I think I lost the line somewhere.
In this manner. Yeah, yeah. In this manner.
In this manner, the gopis remembered Sri Krishna's charming talks, enchanting glances, and playful gestures and loving embraces. And as a result, they began to cry. Lord Balrama consoled them by conveying the attractive messages Krishna had given him for them. Lord Balarama stayed in Gokula for 2 months, sporting with the gopis in the groves on the Yamuna's shore. The demigods who witnessed these pastimes played kettle drums in the heaven and showered down flower petals while the celestial sages recited Balram's glories. Hare Krishna.
No.
Okay. One day, Lord Balrama became intoxicated by drinking some Varuni liquor and began wandering about the forest in the company of gopis. He called out to the Yamuna, come near so I and gopis can enjoy sporting in your waters. But the Yamuna ignored his command. Lord Balarama then started to pull the Yamuna with the end of his plow, splitting her into hundreds of tributaries. Trembling out of fright, the goddess Yamuna appeared, fell down at Lord Balrama's feet, and prayed for forgiveness. The Lord let her go and then entered her waters with his girlfriends to sport for some time. When they rose from the water, the goddess Kanti presented Lord Balrama with beautiful ornaments, clothing, and garlands. Even today, the Yamuna River flows through many channels cut by Lord Baladev's plow, the signs of his having subdued her. While Lord Balrama played, while Lord Balrama played, his mind became enchanted by the gopis' pastimes. Thus, the many nights he spent in their company seemed to him like a single night. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Ego. So, Balram visits Vrindavan. So this is first time it happened when Lord Krishna and Balram they were in Dwarka, and all the Vrajvasis they were in so much separation from Krishna and Balram, and of course Krishna was also here in separation. But it is Balram who felt that somebody should go and try to pacify. So Balram is one who took the initiative, and he went to Vrindavan and he met the gopis and he met Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda and the Gopals, and seeing their state, he was also stunned that how much they love Krishna. Whom else Krishna had sent to Vrindavan with Krishna's message?
Uddhava.
Uddhava also had gone. So Uddhava and Balram both were stunned by how much the Vrajvasis have so much love for the Lord. So actually, we can see that's why it is said that the gopis' love for the Vrajvasis' love for the Lord is highest. Can somebody remember somebody for so long? It was like almost for 100 years. Lord didn't come only. So there was association of Lord Krishna and Balaram for how many years? For Vrajvasis?
11 years.
Yeah. So we consider 10 years. And the separation was 100 years. So it is like 1:10. So can somebody has got association for 10 years and we remember that person for 100 years? He is not found in this world like that. So one will forget, and one will think of somebody else. The Vrajvasis never their love reduced this much also. 100 years. That is Vrajvasis love. That's why it is called highest. And in that also, gopis were feeling lot of separation. So this is very amazing chapter. I will just share the PPT. That's what the PPT has. Now, are you able to see?
Yes.
Lord Balram visits Vrindavan. Balram's reception and reciprocation. Inquiry by the gopis. Lord Balram's Ras Leela. Balram's reception and reciprocation. Having suffered the anxiety of separation, the cowherd men and their wives embraced Lord Balram. Nanda and Yashoda prayed, O Lord of the universe, may you and your brother Krishna ever protect us. Lord Balram reciprocated personally with each one according to age, dignity, and friends family. Inquired by General Bhattacharya, O Rama, are we to pray? So they ask the gopis, inquiry by the gopis. So now the first thing is Lord Balram, he goes to Vrindavan. So Balram is representing whom? Who is Balram actually?
Adi Guru.
The Adi Guru. Balram is Adi Guru, Nityananda Adi Guru. So now some acharyas say that why actually Balram went and why Krishna didn't accompany. So can anybody tell why Krishna also didn't go? Now Balram is going, Krishna also might have felt, na? Hey, you are going, I will also come. जब मिलके आते हैं जरा ब्रजवासियों को बहुत दिन हो गए. So why Krishna didn't accompany Balram to Vrindavan? Was there shortage of space in the chariot?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, is it because that we can approach Krishna only through spiritual master?
Okay, but that I don't know, but the acharyas here given some other reason.
Prabhuji, I don't know, I'm just guessing from various things what I've heard. Maybe Krishna wants to find out the mood of Brajvasis through Balram, like how they are faring in his absence.
Okay. Yeah, so what But our Acharya told you, Swami says that actually Krishna also wanted to go. He said to Balaram that I will also come. But then the Yadus, they stopped Krishna. They said, see, Balaram can go, you cannot go. You know? Because there was dispute that Krishna is whether the son of Vasudeva and Devaki or Nanda and Yashoda. But there was no dispute of Balram's being whose son. Everybody knew that Balram is whose son?
Mother Rohini.
Vasudeva and Rohini.
So they went Rohini. So that was for sure. So they cannot stop Balram and say that you stay in Vrindavan. Because he is son of Vasudeva, so he will naturally come back. But if Krishna goes, then the confusion is there that whether he is son of Devaki or Vivekananda. So that was not clear. So if he goes, he will not come back. You know? So that's why Yadus stopped Krishna. They will say, no, you don't go. Let Balaram go. He will bring the news and you hear. So actually, Krishna also wanted to go, but the Yadus didn't allow. You know? So there was quite a bit of emotional turmoil there. So the Mathura Vasis and same they become Dwarka Vasis. So whenever they were in Mathura also when they recently shifted Krishna Balram. So anybody from Vrindavan would come, the Mathura Vasis would be quite annoyed. Because Krishna would again remember, oh Vrindavan, Vrajvasis, and he will start crying. There is nice description in I think Gopal Champu that how Krishna bade farewell to Nanda Maharaj and the Vrajvasis after killing Kamsa, and what all he told, and how they went, and then how Krishna couldn't adjust himself in the new atmosphere of Mathura. Now you remember the Vrajvasis, so that is quite emotional, and very heart-touching story. Gopal Champu is given. We start crying if we hear that how Krishna had to tell them that I want to stay here and then you please go like Nanda Maharaj. So like that, Krishna and Balaram from that time, at least Krishna, he was not able to adjust. And whenever somebody from Vrindavan would come to Mathura, the Mathura Vasis, Yadus would be quite little apprehensive. Why they have come? Even when Rohini came, they were also, she has come from Vrindavan. So they were also feeling, Vrindavan, somebody comes from Vrindavan means Krishna will get, remembrance of Vrindavan. So that they didn't want. So this time also when, after many years, of course, Krishna wanted to go, but they thought he will not come back. Seeing the love of Vrajvasi, he will not come back. So they said, you should be here, let Balaram go. And Balaram will come back. Why? They didn't have fear of Balaram staying there.
Because his parents are in Dwarka, right? Vasudeva.
Yeah. so Rajvasis cannot stop him, but they can stop Krishna. So they stopped Krishna. Yadu didn't allow. That was the reason. So main thing is, Balaram left, although Balaram loves Krishna so much, but he left Krishna and he went to Vrindavan. So he said that, Acharya said that this was because of his compassion towards the Vrajvasis. So he was feeling that, oh, these people must be suffering so much. So I should give them some, what do you say? Console. I should try to console them. So Adi Guru. So Adi Guru or Guru, he does so much sacrifice for sake of showing compassion to us. That is one lesson we draw. And how Balram left Krishna, left nice, staying with Krishna's company, and he came to Vrindavan to show compassion to the Vrajvasis. Similarly, Guru actually leaves, he leaves the abode of Lord. The Lord is nicely happy with the Lord, but he comes to the material world only to show compassion to the living entities. So Guru, Adi Guru does, and then similarly our Guru, he also is showing compassion. He left, and Prabhupada would also say that actually I never wanted to come to material world, and I told Krishna I don't want to come. But what Krishna told me, what Prabhupada would say, in the conversation, Prabhupada would say, na, that Krishna said, please go to the material world. You see, Prabhupada said, no, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Material world is horrible. And what Krishna said, Krishna told Prabhupada, actually, you just go and you just write some books. That's all. The rest I will manage. Like that, Prabhupada said. Krishna said to me, you just write some books and you just that much you do. The rest I will manage. So like that. So that's why, for sake of Krishna, I came. I never wanted to come to Krishna. Like that, Prabhupada would say. So like that, Guru also, he actually leaves company of Krishna and comes to his material world to show compassion to the fallen conditions, so like us. So we should actually be very grateful to Guru and Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Shishya Parampara. So they leave the comfortable. Prabhupada also left Vrindavan, the comfortable home, and went to America to show compassion. And here Balram left Dwarka and went to Vrindavan to show compassion. So Adi Guru or Guru, they sacrifice so much just to show compassion to us. So how much we should be really grateful. And as we discussed now, we should always think that if Guru wouldn't have saved me, if Prabhupada wouldn't have saved me, where I would have been, what I would be doing, like that we should think. So
Prabhupada
Guru,
nahi hai to, Prabhuji.
यदि प्रभुपाद ना होई तो तबे की होई तो गौरांग ना होई तो यदि गौर ना होई तो तबे की होई तो, like that. Prabhupada was not there, Guru was not there, then our life would be so horrible, na?
Yes,
So,
Prabhuji.
Amal Arjun Prabhu, where you would be?
Yes, so I will be in gutter, Prabhuji.
That is your humility. You might be, in a very big position in some oil company. Krishna, didn't allow you to go much up, but maybe your future might have been bright. So our all, if we just think what all, so say like that. Sometimes we should think. We know you might have heard that story of that person who was in very poor, and that person gave him this person gave him job in his company. You heard this story, no? So daily he would go in a closet for 5-10 minutes. How many of you heard this?
No, we have not heard, Prabhuji. I have not heard.
We heard from you also. He will see
Yeah.
his past costume to remember his past, so that he will be always grounded.
Mata is remembering, but Amal Arjun is not remembering.
Yes, Prabhuji.
No.
Bad memory.
May I repeat, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, please repeat. Even I don't know, maybe I was absent on that day.
Okay.
Maybe
So
I not heard the repetition also.
that actually, one poor fellow, he was in rags, almost. He was very poor, and suddenly one big man meets him and he gives him a good job in his company, very high paying job, and he's very happy. So he's doing job, but daily before starting his job, he goes to one room and he closes himself, and for 5-10 minutes he is there, and then when he comes out, and then he starts his work. So these people who are envious of him because he suddenly rose to such a high position, so others they were envious. So see, they plot against him and they tell to the owner, see, you have given him job and you have picked him from such a poor state and you have given such a nice job. But you know what he does in that room? He goes in the room daily and do something. He has hidden some money, lot of wealth he has stolen from your company. That's what he is doing there, something there. So how can you trust such a fellow? Remove him. So he doesn't believe it. Oh, really? Let me see. And then one fine day he also spies, and he says, "Oh, this fellow has come." And then he goes in the room. Before going to work, so he goes in that room and he closes the door. So all of them go there, including the owner. And they, now open the door, open the door. What you are doing? You are stealing. You have stolen so much money of the company. You have put so much trust. And then the owner, because he says, then that fellow come inside. He opens the door, and then what he sees, that this person, he is wearing that dress which the first day he was wearing, which was torn, like that dress when he was very poor. So that dress he was wearing. The owner said, "What is this? Why you are wearing that dress which you before you used to wear? And you had such a nice clothes when you entered. You had nice clothes. Now you have changed this. Why?" He said, "Actually, daily I come here and wear these clothes, so I remember that who was I. And now, because of your mercy, who I am now. So I daily remember that how much compassion you have showed on me. So for that, I actually daily wear this dress. I have kept it here. So I daily wear it before starting the work, so that I remember that how much I should be grateful to you." Oh, then everybody sees this, and then they are ashamed at what they were thinking, and he is all the more promoted then, more. so, so like that, we should think of who I would be, without Guru's mercy, without Prabhupada's mercy. So like that, Guru sacrifices so much for us. So he has sacrificed so much for us. So Balram, he sacrificed the association of Lord Krishna, and he goes to Vrindavan, for showing compassion to the Vrajavasis, like that. So we see like that. Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj, so they have done so. We should be very, very grateful. So we should never think that I can repay. Prabhupada says, if somebody thinks that he can repay the debt the spiritual master has done for him, then what is he? What Prabhupada says? If somebody thinks he can repay the debt,
it is like counting the small sand particles on the seashore, Guruji.
that is good, but that's not what Prabhupada says. Prabhupada is saying that he becomes a Vinod Patram. Vinod Patram means he becomes a subject matter for joke. And this fellow, a disciple, is trying to repay what Guru has done. Of course, he should try to repay, but he should never think that he can fully repay. He should try to repay. And that is actually Prabhupada would say, you can repay what I have done by what? Prabhupada would say.
Spreading the glories of holy name.
By spreading or preaching. So we should try to preach. So that is the best service. We can try to repay, but we should never think that I can repay. But we should attempt to repay. So that's what Prabhupada says. So we should try to shoulder the burden of spiritual master and not burden the shoulder. So we should burden the shoulder or shoulder the burden.
Shoulder
Seconds.
the burden.
Burden the shoulder.
No, shoulder the burden of the
Shoulder. So that we should try. So that is one lesson we learn. Then second, slide here. Okay, so the Gopi's inquiry. Is Krishna the darling of the city, women living happily? Does he remember his family members? Will he ever come back? Does Krishna remember the service we always did for him? How can city women possibly trust his words whose heart is unsteady and ungrateful? Lord Balram consoled the Gopis by relaying to them the confidential messages Lord Krishna had sent with him. So Krishna has sent only one statement for the Gopis. Krishna had said one statement with Buddha also. What he said in that letter? He sent a big letter. There was only one statement. What was the statement? That soon I will come. That's the only thing he wrote. And the gopis seeing that, they saw the letter and they were crying. letter which Uddhava had. I will come. I will come. Soon I will come. That's all. So Krishna is how transcendental autocrat. He is torturing the gopis so much. And the gopis, they say, "Arey, we are just talking about him, talking about him, talking about him, and he is living very peacefully there in Dwarka, and he has married so many of them, and is living, and he has forgotten us. So why we should talk about him? We should not talk about him. We should not talk about him. We should not." So by that, what they are doing?
We are talking about him.
So they cannot stop only.
This is like this is like atheists saying God is not there, God is not there, God is not there. They talk about God all the time.
Yeah. Yes. So it's amazing, na? Gopis, they see, they sometimes they sit for meditation. For what? They sit in meditation to actually forget Krishna. So they want to meditate on the Brahman and forget Krishna, but they are not able to forget Krishna. So they close the eyes, they see Krishna, they open the eyes, they see Krishna, they see Krishna had done this here, they have done, oh, they see the tree and they remember, oh, Krishna danced with us under this tree. And they see the Yamuna, oh, Krishna and his friends used to play in this Yamuna. And then they see the fields, oh, Krishna killed this demon here. And Govardhan, oh, Krishna would come here and play along with his friends. And they would see each part of the Vrindavan, they would remember Krishna. And if they close eyes, they would remember Krishna. And they don't want to talk about Krishna, but still they are talking about Krishna. To do what to do? They are in such a precarious situation. So Balram actually consoled them and said that Krishna will come soon. Krishna is also feeling separation, like that. Krishna Balram told. And then of course Balram then went with his gopis, which he also had gopis. And he went to do Ras Leela. Lord Balram resided in Vraja for 2 months. Varuna sent Varuni. Lord Balram enjoyed with the gopis. He called Yamuna, she didn't come. With my blow, I will make 100 streams. You have seen this place? It's called Ram Ghat. You see Yamuna in so many tributaries or so many branches. So here the second lesson is that we should never judge someone who is on Avdhut platform. Balram is on which platform?
Avadut platform.
Avdhut. Avdhut. And Nityanand Prabhu all the more Avdhut. So we should never judge the activities of Avdhut. That's what Yamuna thought. Yamuna thought, Arey, Balram has drunk Varuni, he has drunk liquor, and he's dancing with young girls, and he wants to call me, and he wants to enjoy in my waters. Why I should follow him? He is first of all drunk, which is an abominable activity, and then he wants to dance with the women. That is again abominable. So Yamuna judged Balram that he is not doing right, and that's why then she had to suffer. Balram actually broke her into so many branches, and ultimately she surrendered and she came. But the lesson is actually we should not judge someone who is on Avdhut platform. Whatever they will do, that is 100% right. So any other Avdhuts in our parampara? So we know these 3 Babajis. Which are the 3 Babajis in our parampara?
Vamshidari Babaji.
Vamshidas Babaji. Vamshidas Babaji. Then
Jagannath Das Babaji.
Jagannath Das Babaji and
Gorkishore Das Babaji.
oh, so if you read and hear about their activities, you will get thoroughly bewildered. Only one thing we should have faith. What faith? Don't judge these devotees who are on Avadut platform. Whatever they do is right, 100% right. With eyes closed, we can believe they are doing right. uh, shall I tell one bewildering activity? But you promise that you will not get bewildered. Yes, sir. Unless you promise, then I cannot tell.
Yes, Prabhuji, please tell Prabhuji, we are hearing.
But you promise you will not get bewildered, no?
Yes.
But this is bewildering. So, Vamshidas Babat. Or Bhaktivedanta Maharaj has written one book on Vamshidas Babat. So he said, among actually Babajis are actually Avadut and their activities we cannot understand Babajis. But amongst all Babaji, Vamshidas Babaji was most odd. You know, it is actually somewhat difficult. So once what happens in that book it's written that Vamshidas Babaji was in his kutir once and once one machli wali, fisher woman, she comes to uh, sell the fish. So when she comes to sell the fish, so she comes near Babaji's kutir. No, so there's Babaji. Some fish. And he thinks like that. Some desire in him, he feel that I should take the fish. And then suddenly he says, oh, not fish. Right. And then he thinks how that desire came in my mind. And then he actually goes to his deities who are Gaur. And that woman goes, of course, to fish wali. And he says that how this desire came in me. He's asking Gaur that how this desire to take the fish from the woman came in me for this some moments at least. He becomes angry on Gaur. So how can this desire come? I am doing bhakti from so long. I am chanting, I am serving you. But still how this desire came in my mind for 1 second. And he becomes angry on Gaur-Nitai. Gaur-Nitai sometimes would speak to him. Gaur-Nitai was not speaking. So what he did, he took Gaur-Nitai, tied one rope to their feet, tied, tied rope to their feet, and took them on the banks of Ganga. And he threw them in the water. He threw them in the water. And then Gaur-Nitai did his own water. And he kept the other end of the rope under his feet. And so Gaur-Nitai are hanging inside the water. And then one devotee, disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he came and asked, what you are doing, Babaji? You have thrown Gaur-Nitai deities in the Yamuna and kept the other end of the rope under your feet. And when he asked, Babaji Maharaj took one stone and he threw at him. So he ran up. And then later, of course, he brought the Gaur-Nitai out and then he came inside. But this incident is there in that book. So is it bewildering or you feel it's all right?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is bewildering.
And you promise you will not get bewildered. So what is the solution? Never judge. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur would say to his disciples, please don't go to associate with Vamshidas Babaji. And he would say, not because he is very fallen, because you are not advanced enough to understand his activities. You will commit aparad against him. He is a pure Avadut, he is a pure Vaishnava. But you people will commit offense. So he would not allow his disciples to go and meet Vamshidas Babaji. But Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur would go sometimes. Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj was like that, very elevated soul. But with some activities, sometimes he would go and he would cook in the morning khichdi, khichdi for the Lord. While cooking, he will, with his neem, dakun, big dakun he had neem, he would brush also. Brushing and cooking khichdi, and same datun he would take and stir the khichdi also. And he'd offer to the Lord. Anyway, so like that, Amsudas Babaji, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Jagannath Das Babaji, they are also very elevated. And Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's one pastime actually recently I just put on my channel because I put one pastime of Acharya. So I had put one pastime Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. You have heard some bewildering pastime Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur? Anybody knows?
No, Prabhuji.
No? Should I tell? You will not get bewildered.
Yes, Prabhuji, please tell.
You have to promise. So I had put this on YouTube, so people were asking. So actually, so two things are there. Once this opening of Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, he had called the mayor of that place. That time he was a Britisher. What was his name? Britisher, he was there. He had called, so he sent him a letter that please come for the opening of a Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. So Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur wanted him to come because that road is there, na? Bhakti Siddhanta road. That road he wanted to be built. So if this fellow comes, then the road will be built. So then he said that the Britisher said, mayor, he said that I cannot come for this function because wherever we go for any function, we need nice food. You will provide nice food. So Bhakti Siddhanta road, yes, we provide nice food. But for us, what is nice food? We want meat. Wherever we go, we eat meat. We don't use vegetables and salad and this and that. So we will need meat. So is it you are okay to provide meat? Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said, yes, we will provide you meat, but you come. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati had arranged meat to be cooked for this mayor when he had come, and he fed him the meat, and then he had come there, and then that road was built. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati road, that road which we see now. So he had personally arranged for the meat to be cooked for the mayor. This you had heard before?
One time you are told, Prabhu, earlier classes.
Okay,
But that was for Viceroy, Prabhu.
Viceroy, whatever. I don't know who is Viceroy. Viceroy. And another thing was also he made beadings for the workers. The workers who would take too much time for constructing the mud. So they were going and say smoking beadis. So Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said to his disciples, make beadis here and give them the beadis so that they will not take such long break and the temple will be constructed very quickly. So it's all sannyasi disciples sitting there were making beadis for the workers. So Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur was like revolutionary acharya. So some things are quite bewildering. But what we should think is when we hear such bewildering things,
We should never judge.
avdut. They are all avdut. Sometimes Prabhupada would also show some behavior. You may not be able to understand something. So these devotees are actually pure devotees, and they are in direct touch with Lord Krishna. So whatever they do is pleasing to Lord. So we may be able to understand, not able to understand. Like Prabhupada drinking, what was that? Seven up, what is it? This drink he drank.
7 up, 7 up.
7 up. So like that, Prabhupada sometimes, sometimes he ate in the train का जो पकोड़ा बेचने वाला, he came पकोड़ा ये लो पकोड़ा. Prabhupada took 2-3 pakodas from me. So like that, but we cannot judge. Sometimes we ate something before offering to the Lord, and we said, now you offer, no problem. So we cannot do that. But these are all avdut people, so we cannot judge. So actually here, who judged whom in this case?
Yamuna Devi judged Lord Balram.
Yamuna Devi thought, he's drunk, he's drunk Varuni, and his eyes have become red, and he's intoxicated, and he wants to dance with his girlfriends in the water. I will not go. What is this? how this fellow is doing this wrong activities. Lord Balaram is not like Nalpur and Manipur. These activities, they are not transcendental. His drinking of liquor is also, and he's always intoxicated in what? Balaram, what is intoxicated?
Varuni liquor.
Varuni.
Yeah, but intoxicated always with actually Krishna Prem, Balaram. You see, Nityananda was always intoxicated with Krishna Prem. That is, they are actually intoxicated with. Although they may drink Varuni, but they are not intoxicated with Varuni. Actual intoxication is thinking of the Lord and Lord's mercy. Krishna Prem, they are intoxicated with Krishna Prem. Eyes have become red due to Krishna Prem. And Nityananda with Gaur Prem. So that is their intoxication. So Yamuna is thinking that he is intoxicated. He is intoxicated and he wants to dance. That was actually judging Avdut.
Prabhuji, Prabhuji,
And then
even
third
Prabhuji,
is
sorry to
that
Prabhuji, Gaurakishore Das Babaji also
yes,
he to avoid
I am
people
not
coming.
able to hear you.
Gaurakishore Das Babaji also he went to some place, I think prostitutes place, so that people don't follow
Toilet.
him in toilet or something like that, right?
Chant in the toilets.
Chant in the toilet, okay, so that people don't follow him and all that.
Giving initiation for
Prostitute.
Yeah.
What happened was Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted the Babaji initiation from Gaur Kishore Das, basically. Yes, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, now I am done with my all duties. I want to take Babaji initiation. So you please give. He told to Gaur Kishore Das. Gaur Kishore Das said, no, you are grateful. I come to hear from you. How can I give Babaji initiation to you? You are senior to me. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, but there is nobody, from whom should I take? You are the only one person. You please give. So Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj started running and Bhaktivinoda Thakur started running behind him. You know? And please give me Babaji initiation. So like that he ran, and then Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj hid in a place. He went inside the place of a house of a prostitute, and he went and sat in the courtyard there. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur came and said, "Here prostitute's house, how can we go there?" Then he went away, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So then that time Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj started laughing. Aha, see how I have fooled the Thakur. I have come to the prostitute's house, and he went away like that. But of course, then he requested later. Then he gave Bhaktivinoda Thakur Babaji initiation. And that one incident I was speaking, na? This only.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So these are all
it's quite bewildering. Quite bewildering. Really bewildering.
Very bold. Please don't get bewildered. So these are all activities of Avdut, and we cannot judge. It's quite so that's why I had put one pastime like this on my YouTube channel of Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. There was so much calls started coming. There are many views for that. But then the temple management said, who uploaded this video? I got chastisement from the management and I had to remove that. But people cannot understand. How can Bhakti Siddhanta cook meat? How can it? And so many girls started calling. So one thing I told is, just accept whatever Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur has done is right. Whether to cook meat or what he did, that is Krishna's desire. That much faith we should have. Whatever he did. So there are things like that. Prabhupada also sometimes. So we should not judge. That is the main thing. And the third thing is, we see that Gopi's love for Krishna, Gopi's love for Krishna is highest. So the Gopis never gave up on Krishna, is it not? So they never said, "Are Krishna, Ashlishyava Padaratham Vinustumam." That Krishna, you do whatever with me, I will never leave your lotus feet. So that we should learn from gopis. Although they said that we will leave you, we will leave you, we will leave you. That we don't want to remember, but they were always remembering. So they never gave up on Krishna. So some things may happen with us also, and we may think that I am devotee, I am chanting, and how these things are happening with me, how Krishna is doing with me. But whatever Krishna does with me, whether he protects or doesn't protect, and whatever I may undergo under so many tribulations, but I will never leave Krishna's lotus feet. So that is Gopi's bhakti. Hmm. How powerful, no? If some person stayed just 10 years and then he has left for 100 years, there is separation. But still Gopis never felt that Krishna, you forget. Now our relationship is broken for life. But they waited for Krishna. They waited for Krishna. Like that. So we should learn from the gopis how we should perseverance, never give up on Krishna. Whatever Krishna may do with us, I will never leave Krishna, never leave Krishna, never leave Krishna. Krishna may do anything and anything. What can Krishna do? Anything means anything. Is it not? So do we have like that faith that if Krishna does anything and anything, I will never leave Krishna? How many of you have faith that if Krishna does anything, I will never leave Krishna's lotus feet? How many want to have such faith? Nobody? Krishna always. So Gopi's love is amazing, na? We should just try to sometimes think Gopi's attachment and love for Krishna. If Krishna does anything, I am ready. I will never leave Krishna's lotus feet. Whatever Krishna does, get back and run towards Krishna. Krishna may kick us. We go far away. But then again start running towards Krishna. Krishna may again kick us. You fall, but you start running again. I give the example of that doll. Na? That doll is there, balloon doll. You just punch the doll falls off, and then what happens? Balloon doll
back to its original position.
comes back again, like that. So like that, a devotee should be. Krishna may punch and do and this and that, material nature may trouble us so much, but we should come back again and start serving Krishna again.
Like boomerang. Boomerang.
Goes and comes back. So Krishna may throw us away, Krishna may kick us, but we should again come back to Krishna, again come back, again come back. Whatever may happen, just run towards Krishna. Whatever may Krishna do. What Radharani says, if Krishna may please me by appearing and embracing me, or he makes me broken hearted by not being present. So whether we get darshan of Krishna, or whether we get taste for chanting, whether we get ecstasy or not. How many of you get ecstasy during chanting? Nobody? Somebody? In Kanaya Desh, how many of you hear Kanaya's Basuri sometimes when you are sleeping? You don't hear Basuri of Krishna? Kanaya Desh.
No, Prabhuji, I don't hear.
You hear the alarm.
Yes. Even that after hearing the alarm, I'm not getting up.
Krishna. I thought in Kanaya Desh you might be hearing the Kanaya's Basuri. So we may not hear that, we may not get ecstasy in chanting, we may feel the tiresome the process, we may lack enthusiasm, but we should learn from gopis that whatever it may be, I will still serve Krishna, I will still go towards Krishna, I will never leave Krishna's lotus feet. Even though I may not get taste for bhakti, even though there may be so many lots of difficulties in my life, still I will continue serving Krishna. This is what we should learn from gopis. So they never gave up. Krishna's lotus feet. Although Krishna, it's like in one sense, it's like torture. No? From material viewpoint, if you see, what torture he did on the Vrajvasis. You know, the normal logical person may say, no? How much torture they cried for whole life. This Krishna, he left and married to somebody else, and they are crying and crying and crying and crying. They will file case on Krishna. These people, if they come to know. So how much Vrajvasis suffered, but they never gave Krishna. They never filed case on Krishna. So that is Krishna consciousness. It's not that I am doing that. I am just saying because some lessons I have to draw. Not that I am on that stage. If something happens in our life, we also start feeling, why me? Why me, oh Krishna? Is it? Once when I was going, I think last few weeks before, from here after the class, after the class we got a cab and I was going to temple. And in night it's like 10:30 or something. So the cab driver was drunk. Cab, auto has come. So the last time what happened, cab driver was drunk, and when we started, he was with full speed. He was like 100, 120 kilometers per hour. And then he dashed one divider on the third. My God! फिर रात में 10:30-11 बजे, and then we got down when we said they were what, you drunk and you would have died. You was like with such speed. Then we started stopping some auto and some, and then one auto wala stopped, but this fellow said, I will see that how you can go in another auto. You have to pay me full amount. Otherwise, you have to come in our car only. You are fully drunk. He was not allowing us to go also in other vehicles. So we had to run away, and then somehow we reached temple at 12 o'clock. So like we feel, Arey, why Krishna? Krishna, why you are doing like this? Sometimes the question comes, but still keep serving Krishna. Krishna may do anything. Okay, so now I have to leave.
Prabhuji, you are suffering because of us, Prabhuji, taking these late night classes.
No, nothing like that. I like, otherwise I would have stopped now myself. But I like speaking Krishna's pastimes. Nice.
Very well, Prabhuji. Right. Your enthusiasm ki jai.
I think this is, I told 3-4 classes. Saturday means it's like full 3-4 classes I have to do. But that is good. Serving Krishna, speaking about Krishna, and pleasing Vaishnavas from Kanhaiya Desh, who are all hearing Kanhaiya's Basuri always. Okay, so what are the 3 lessons quick? What has come?
Shouldering the burden.
First one.
Guru
Second, not to judge those who are out of the platform.
Never judge those on out of the platform. And
third one, never give up. Have perseverance.
Perseverance, like the gopis. Jai. So never give up. Our Saturday coming for the class. Keep coming. I will also come as long as Lord Krishna allows. Okay?
Sure, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. I will quickly leave now. Auto has come already.
Prabhu, how was your Aurangabad program?
It was nice. 300 people came for the class. Yeah.
Kidnappers.
Thankfully, they didn't come. By Krishna's mercy.
You should have invited them.
Your cousin, cousin, uncle.
And
you would have kidnapped them.
No, I told them the story in the audience.
Prabhuji, how costly was that watch you gave to
this watch like this normal 300 rupees watch.
Fine. Done.
Okay. I will leave now. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakti ki jai. I will leave.
Gaur Premanandi.
Hari.
His Grace Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, any announcement or you lined up?
Prabhuji, Shivaguna Prabhuji, what is the program for the
Kuti
Eid holiday?
Gardo.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, for coming Sunday, tomorrow is not a holiday actually. Day after tomorrow only holiday starts. Eid holiday starts on Monday. So Monday we have 64 hours chanting for Ukraine devotees. That will be from morning 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the hall.
Okay.
6 to 3.
Monday.
That will be in the
Which is
hall.
day after
Yes.
tomorrow. Day
Yes,
after.
day after tomorrow. And Tuesday we will have a book reading session, Guru Maharaj autobiography book reading session online from morning 9:30 to whatever time we finish the book. That will be by online. That is on Tuesday.
That is on 3rd.
Yes, third, yes.